Hello, my name is Josh Holbrook. I am interviewing my friend Michael Saint, who I used to play soccer with. He moved here from Ireland when he was 12 years old, and I'm going to ask him a few questions about what he thinks about American people. So, how did you feel when you first moved here and met Americans for the first time?
It was definitely a little bit interesting. If you think about all the media that's broadcasted around the world from the United States, particularly places like Hollywood and whatnot, it really glamorizes the lifestyle here and makes it almost a little bit of a ninth cloud type of deal. And it's a tad bit overwhelming, to be honest. When I first met people here, I was a little bit shocked, I guess. Well, not shocked per se, but surprised because it wasn't quite the perfect scene, if you will, that is often portrayed. It's real life. People here don't have absolutely everything. There's poor people, middle class people, people of all sorts.
So I guess that kind of answers the next question: what you expected American people to be like different from the Irish, or
definitely a little bit different from the Irish. I don't want to say casual because I think that's a little bit harsh of a word, but I think the Americans, for the lack of a better word, are a little bit more casual than the Irish. We're a lot more formal. I eat dinner with my family every evening. That doesn't ever change. Here in America, people seemingly, at least where I live. I initially moved to Arizona with my family, but then we later relocated out here to California. People don't seem to value the same things like family that we do in Ireland. I think that we have a tad bit of a stronger family relationship, if you will, when it comes to that kind of thing.
Interesting. Was there any surprises when you were first interacting with Americans for the first time? Things you didn't expect?
Just petty things, I guess. Nothing crazy except the lingo. Maybe I had a few friends who would always, it's common here for "what's up, man?" "Hey, man." And for a while, especially the first few months I was here, that kind of really was a bit odd to me because that's just not a typical phrase or commonplace in England. It's mate, kind of things like that. It's just different.
Did you notice any differences in meeting girls as opposed to Ireland?
I guess I would have to revert back to the other one when I said it was just a bit more casual. I don't think that it's a bit harder to talk to girls in Ireland. There's so many people here. There's so many different types of people as well. That makes it hard to answer a lot of these questions because there's just so many different sorts of people from so many different nations here that it's a little bit hard to come up with some of these answers. There's such an eclectic group. But I do think that girls here are more approachable, per se. I think that they're not quite as quaint and, if you will, a bit stuck up as in Ireland. I think that a lot more is expected in Ireland, which could be better or for worse.
If any of your friends were going to move out here from Ireland, what advice would you give them?
Just not pay too much attention to all the movies and whatnot. I think that it's all just a little bit of rubbish. It's not necessarily true. People are people when it comes down to it, and we share the same language here as well.